Darlinghouse is pissed, and I'm going to tell you why. We're also going to talk XRP price. What about Charles and the accusation of mismanagement of funds? Speaking of, the SEC just went after another scam-ola. Yeah, faking the funk, everyone, along with an update on where we're at with the stablecoin bill. But before we get into that and the, kind of green up on the screen, your comments come first. Why? Because you, the viewer, matter most. Chris Strong says, feel better, Klaus. Much appreciation for all your time and hard work. I just got to take it easy for another week, and then I should be good to go. I guess I pushed it a little bit too much at the 2-week mark. Titanium dropping some support from across the pond. Mucho thank you to you, good person. And Fife Dog says, always sunny in Philadelphia. Well done, you jabroni. I was thinking more along the lines of, if you smell what the Rock is cooking. Well done right there. What about funny money, huh? Miss Rise to the Top. Love the name, by the way. Dropping support as well. Appreciate it. Let's get into the news because there's a lot to cover today. People are pissed. Scams are happening, and Bitcoin sitting at 106,819. ETH 2546, while BNB's at 655. Sol 169, while ETH is at 75.7. XRP at 235, while Squeeze at 391. What's happening right now with the stablecoin bill? Well, guess what? At 11:30 a.m., they're voting on the motion to proceed to debate. So, they voted a couple days ago to be allowed to debate. Now they're going to vote to debate to debate. Yeah, that's how politics works here in the United States. You wonder why shit doesn't get done? Because our system is a piece of crap. So no matter who you vote in, we always get screwed by what? The system, girlfriend. So maybe we need a new system. SEC charges Unicoin with faking billion-dollar fundraising and real estate backing. Over-promising, under-delivering in crypto? I've never heard that before. The SEC has filed an enforcement action against Unicoin Inc. and several top executives. According to the SEC's press release, the agency alleges that Unicoin has made false statements presenting its crypto token as more secure and profitable than it actually was. Basically, you told them you got a 6-inch dong and you showed up with 4. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Central to the case accusations was that Unicoin vastly overstated both the amount of money raised and the value of assets backing its crypto. Listen to these overestimations. The complaint claims that Unicoin publicly stated it raised $3 billion. However, the regulators found that only $110 million was raised, not $3 billion. Oh, shit. In addition, Unicoin's leadership allegedly promoted the token as being backed by billions in real estate, but there was really no evidence for those claims. The SEC has charged Unicoin and its execs, including CEO Alex Krenachkin and Sylvania Mashinzi, for allegedly defrauding 5,000 plus investors with false and misleading claims. Here's that filing from the SEC, and if you want to read it and get a good laugh about promising to deliver 6 inches and actually showing up with 4, or saying you're going to give him an hour of power and only giving him 5 minutes of fame, it's linked in the description below. Now, a few days ago, Charles was accused of misappropriating funds, about $600 million worth of ADA. Now, here's the deal, okay? People are like, yo, Charles, show us the receipts now. Now. Here's where we're at. Charles took to the Twitter sphere and said this: I'm absolutely disgusted by the conduct of the crypto media. Any semblance or objective of fair reporting has been thrown out the window in favor of maximally viral clickbait. The facts are that every party connected to the ADA voucher redemption has publicly stated that there is no fraud. No allegations came from any law enforcement, regulatory body, lawsuit, or buyer. Okay. We get that, Charles, but here's the problem. Weren't you the same person out there that threw Hex under the bus and Richard Hart? Let's go to this comment right here from Tam Hex. Now you can finally understand how Richard Hart and our community felt constantly being misjudged and targeted by your misinformation before even being taken the time to verify the facts. Because, oh, wait a minute, didn't the SEC drop the lawsuit against Hex Foundation and Richard Hart? Why, yes, they did. Let's scroll down a little bit more. And yes, there are some of us here that are absolutely disgusted by your baseless lies, baby. Rethink how you treat others next time, and the world will be kinder to you. Mate, the pot fucking calling the kettle black. You deserve what you get. Imagine what you're dealing with on steroids for Richard Hart. So Charles is upset that people are calling him out on mismanagement of funds, saying there's no semblance of proof. But yet, Charles, you were calling out Richard Hart and the Hex Foundation. Oh, Charles, the pot calling the kettle black. It's okay for you to call people out, but yet when people call you out, it's not okay. Naughty, 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 Charles. Now here's the worst part about it. Little bitch boy Charles then says, I'm taking a break from X, and I'll take Jay Telfner and Tim Harrison to handle it from here. I'll be back after getting some much needed rest, because you got fucking absolutely annihilated on Twitter for being called out by the bullshit. I can keep scrolling. Here's Cairo saying, hi, scammer. Karma is a bitch. Here's another one. How does it feel, Charlie? If you're innocent, but yet everyone is assuming you're guilty, kind of sucks, doesn't it? You have a way of fanning the flames, Charles. Everyone is ripping on him because of he and how he went after going after the Hex Foundation and Richard Hart. Dude, Charles, there's a reason why people fucking hate you. And here is the big problem. You have gone after Ripple how many times? Calling the XRP community a bunch of conspiracy theorists. And then all of a sudden we find out what? That the SEC is like, yeah, we really do want to settle with Ripple. Oh, well, Charles, how come it's okay for you to say that the claims against you are unfounded, but yet when you throw shade against others, you're okay to do that? I don't know, girlfriend. That seems kind of bullshitty, doesn't it? XRP Lawyer slams Bitcoin maxis after a Ripple CEO snubbed by Senator. By the way, drop me a like if what you're hearing and seeing so far today. And yes, this is being done on the new powerful PC rig. Oh, this thing is freaking awesome, by the way. Love it. Fast AF. So what happened? Tensions in the crypto industry escalated after U.S. Senator Cynthia the BTC Maxi Loomis canceled a planned meeting with Ripple CEO Brad the Chad Garlinghouse, prompting strong reactions in the XRP community. The incident drew immediate attention. Oh, and by the way, not only did she cancel the meeting, she never rescheduled, and this was a private meeting. Brad Garlinghouse took to Twitter and called her out on it. Well done, Brad the Chad. The incident drew immediate attention from pro-XRP attorney Bill Morgan, who criticized the Maxis for celebrating the move. Look, Maxiism is bad. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. Garlinghouse traveled to D.C. to meet with lawmakers and discuss crypto policy developments, including regulatory clarity around stablecoins and the broader digital asset structure. The Ripple CEO later said that an initial meeting with the senator had been agreed on, but then received word that Loomis would not attend. Yo, that is nasty. Here's what Bill Morgan said. Imagine being this insecure about Bitcoin that you get all excited because a politician who has been long seen as a BTC maxi will not meet the Ripple CEO. Listen, you only throw shade at something if you're threatened by it, right? Because if you're not threatened, you don't even worry about it. Yeah, show me a BTC maxi and I'll show you a small, immature mind. Ooh, things are heating up. Crypto volume is still holding strong at $127 billion. Altcoin season, 24 out of 100. Yeah, it's like showing up with a 4-inch dong claiming you got 6 inches. Overall, the market cap holding at $3.6 trillion. XRP is looking still in the friend zone at 235. Volume, though, is still holding at $3 billion, which is good. Remember, we got Memorial Day weekend coming up, so we got to keep an eye out on that. Let's take a look at the candlestick, see if anything jumps out at us. We're going to go with the 15-minute candlestick. That's right, ladies. I said 15 minutes, and we're going to deliver on that. I'm not going to show up and give you 2 minutes of fame. Right now, we're seeing the candlesticks bounce around anywhere in that sub 240 range and above 230 right now, We've seen some support right above 230 at these two candlestick pairings right here at lows at 231, followed here most recently at a low of 233. Rejection points in the near term at highs at 239, so sub 240, lows 231. You know where I'm setting my markers. I'm going 230 on the low, 240 on the high to get alerts on that action. Friend zone. Now, this friend zone is a little bit higher than where we've seen friend zones in the past, but remember, the institution sold off twice at that 265 mark and have taken profits. The previous friend zone that we were in was what, everyone? Around the 210 to 230 mark. So we are that notch a bit higher, which is what? It means she's wearing shirts with a little bit more cleavage showing. Her skirts that she's wearing are a little bit higher, showing us a little bit more leg. But remember, she's not letting us put our hand in the land of the mighty boom boom and taking her back to the room where we what? Yep, get some fun. But don't expect too much juice happening this week. And remember, the vote that's happening today with the stablecoin bill is not about passing the bill. It's about agreeing to debate on it. I know. The cloture thing was the formality of agreeing to move it to the floor for the debate. This vote now is to agree on debating it. Yo, I can't make this governmental shit up. I just report you the news, whether it's good, bad, happy, or sad. My goal for this week and weekend going through Memorial Day is to make sure or to hope that XRP's price remains above 230. I'd love to see the volume through Memorial Day stay above 1.7 billion. I don't really foresee any crazy financial news happening because of the Memorial Day weekend. But remember, I'm going to bring you the news no matter what. So hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. By the way, the big trading pair right now is still the XRP USDT pairing, which is right now at $313 million. And remember, the reason why Loomis canceled is why? Because the BTC maxis are feeling threatened by XRP. Now look, personal note, I'm not the biggest fan of Charles, and I think this video explains one of the big reasons why. He throws shade at others, but yet when it's thrown at him, he's like, whoa, don't do that, it's so wrong. But dude, you do the same thing to other people and other organizations, yet you don't like it when the heat is thrown at you. You've done the same thing with the Ripple Group, same thing with the Hex Foundation, and yet here you are going, no, don't do that to me. I have to take a break from the internet. Come on, man, and sack up a little bit. For real, you went hardcore after XRP holders for being conspiracy theorists and all this stuff. Well, all of a sudden, now that you start seeing that the regime changes and yet they want to settle. The regime changes and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, the rules are different. Not that the law changes. You see what I'm saying, Charles? And all of a sudden the regime changes and you want to partner with Ripple. What changes, Charles? You see my point? All of a sudden the regime changes and they're like, oh, we're going to drop the case against Richard Hart and the Hex Foundation. So, yeah. You start getting some shade thrown at you and you do the whole, I'm taking a break from the old internet. Bitch Boy Award of 2025? I didn't think I would be giving it out on May 21st. Sorry, I had to check Garmin out real quick to see what date it was. So yeah. And Brad getting snubbed by Cynthia the Maxi Loomis? Oh, gosh. And now we have another vote on having a debate on whether we should have a debate for a debate of the stablecoin debate. My job is tough. Y'all think I just sit here behind a camera and talk? I mean, like, yeah, that's physically what I do, but I have to scrub the internet for all this crap. I have to go through all this stuff on Twitter, and then I have to just bang my head against a wall and go, government, what are you doing? SEC, what are you doing? And then I got to read the articles about all these crypto companies that promise billions in assets, and then they only have like 110 million, and then I'm like, oh, great. More over-promising and under-delivering, and then what happens? People are like, bro, why do you got to bring bad news? Well, because these people freaking lie all the damn time. And remember, that's my job. To bring you the news, good, bad, happy, or sad. So United States government, you suck. Charles, you suck. Everything else, well, no, it doesn't suck. It's just a lot of overpromising and under-delivering. So that's my job. That's what I do. It's not just me being behind the camera. I get to be the research guy. So choo-choo what? Hold on, I'll put the sign on for you. I'll move my mic out of the way like this. You see the flashing behind me? Choo-choo what? Dun, dun, dun. Choo-choo. Oh, hold on. Choo-choo biz nachos.